The hummingbird is the one that teaches us to drink only from the nectar of life. Not from the shit, not from the garbage, just from the nectar of life. And to go on the great journeys. We live in Chile half of the year, and we have hummingbirds that migrate from Chile all the way to Canada and come back. And they don't sit around saying, we don't have enough wings, we don't have enough energy, we don't have enough money, we're not designed for flight. They go. They respond to the great calling. And many of us have spent far too much time working on our stuff, working on what's wrong with us, and that becomes a way of an apology to the Great Spirit, to God, saying, God, I don't have time for you to co-create the world. I'm busy working on myself. Yeah, we got to work on ourselves, but you still have to go for the honey, go for the flowers, go for the nectar. And I see this happening a lot, for example, with the ayahuasca practices. You have ayahuasca is amazing medicine, extraordinary, in the hands of the right shaman. But the process is that you first, during those ceremonies, you have an opportunity to wake up and understand who you are. But then you have to grow up, integrate what you discover. And lastly, you've got to show up. So it's wake up, grow up, show up to be part of the solution. If you stay in the wake up phase, I got to have another epiphany, and then you're not, then the plant, the medicine will actually leave you. The spirit of the plant will leave you. So this is hummingbird medicine, embarking on the great journey, the hero's journey. We're trained by our society in America, at least, to be victims. And we're in the victim's journey instead of the hero's journey, which is what hummingbird medicine is about. You're little, you have little wings, but go on the great flight. Go from Brazil to Canada and come back. Don't just go to your local flowers. Go to the ones and today we're all required to have some of this visionary medicine to be able to craft a new world, because the old one is crumbling around us. So that's the hummingbird. That's the north direction. And then you have the eagle or the condor in the east. And the eagle is about putting the cart way before the horse, looking at the possibilities before you look at the reasons why it can't be done. And if you can do that, then we can truly become co-creators, which is what the task of the shamanist is, to co-create with spirit, to become earth keepers. And I have a summit that I do every year, actually, that's usually gets about almost 1 million viewers, where we invite top earth keepers to come and teach us how we can become earth stewards and be part of the solution. So eagle medicine is about having the vision and the foresight to lead our people and ourselves into our highest possibilities, and not the lowest possibilities, which humanity seems to be spending a lot of time in these days. So these are the 4 directions, and you have to embody all the steps of becoming a shaman. And when I train my students, my Western, I call them neuro shamans, they have to go through the first step, shed the past. What's your history? You're not your stories, you're the storyteller. You're not what happened to you, you're not your genetics, your epigenetics. You can shed the past the way the serpent sheds her skin. Then you go to the West, you got to acquire jaguar medicine. Otherwise, you spend your life working on healing yourself. And then in jaguar medicine, you learn there's ways beyond death, and you learn it experientially. In fact, we spoke earlier about ayahuasca. Aya means death, and huasca means vine, the vine that takes you beyond death. It shows you that there's infinity, only life, only infinity. And if you can experience that and bring it home, wow, then you got the West medicine. Then death no longer lives within you. You're not. Shamans don't believe that you die all at once. They believe that you die slowly, little by little, until one day you wake up and you look around and most everybody you know is half dead. So this is and then you need to learn the hummingbird medicine. How do you go to the flowers? The flowers are being offered to you. So that your experience of the world depends on the map of reality that you have inside of you. The deeply held belief structures that create neural networks in your brain where your map of reality becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in the world. You learn that, and that's how we practice healing. We don't fix broken bones or treat cancer. We help people understand their maps of reality and change it inside so that the world mirrors that back to them perfectly. And then I teach my students how to do the work of the East, of the eagle. Eagle medicine is about seeing the curvature of the earth from space. It's about the big picture. What do we come here to do? You know, the reason my office asked me, do you want to do an interview with Amrit? I sat, I meditated, I asked Spirit, where do you want me to go, Spirit? And he said, go be with Amrit. Because you're doing that eagle medicine. You're showing us a curvature of the earth, the possible, and not just the probable. And that's what I train my students to do with the skills of energy medicine, but combined with cutting-edge brain science, which is what my original work, and my last book is called Grow a New Brain. And how do we because in order to change your mind, you got to change your brain first. And this is what the ancients discovered, was how to change their brain so that they could change their mind. And I'll give you just a little sideline on that. And I don't want to be talking too much in your show, but we grow a new body every 7 years. Every 7 years, every cell in your body changes. We grow a new brain every 22 days. Every 22 days, you get an entirely new brain. So this is why you got to feed the brain with the neuronutrients. And the ancients, the shamans of the Amazon and of Asia and of Africa didn't have writing. They had writing in Tibet, In the Himalayas, they had writing. They left texts, the Vedas in India. But in the Americas, there was no writing. And they knew that the wisdom of the village, of the tribe, was stored in the minds of the elders. And you had to protect the minds of the elders. Imagine that your village forgot how to make fire. That was bad news. Or how to make a fish hook, or how to where you would go for the hunt. So they protected the minds of the elders. And they did that with certain plants and with certain practices that we call spiritual practices, but they're really neural remapping practices that allow you to wake up that higher brain that you sometimes experience with the plant medicine. You sometimes experience it through meditation, that experience of oneness. And where you know how to make fire, because you access the hard disk drive where everything is stored. So this is why my most recent book, Grow a New Brain, is still not available in your part of the world, but it'll be released there, I think, in a few months. How do we grow a new brain that is the brain of what the shamanic prophecies speak about, is the new human that's being born in the earth, that needs a new mind, a new mindset. But to do that, we need to wake up.
Hey there, Inspired Evolutionary. If you absolutely loved this, well then here's a full conversation with this guest on the Inspired Evolution podcast. Check it out now.